Okay, this video lecture is going to be for the homework help on the 12 3 other patterns of inheritance, specifically with the Punnett squares of blood type. So remember that with blood type is caused by multiple alleles. We have the allele A, the allele B, and O. Okay, and it's also shows examples of codominancy. Because if you have an A allele for A blood and a B allele for B blood, then both of those antigens are going to appear. And so we call that codominant because A and B, neither one of them is dominant over the other. Okay, but both A and B are dominant over O. So when it's asking you what are the possible genotypes that will produce the B type blood, okay, well, you can be homozygous dominant, okay, where you have both of the big alleles, big B, but there's another one, and that would be heterozygous, okay? You for sure got the B. Now you can't write A because you want B blood, you'd be AB blood, but the second allele is going to be your O because B is dominant over O. So it says, what's the only genotype for O? The only way you can have type O is if you are two alleles for the type O blood. And then the only genotype for AB, well, that means you are codominant because you exhibit both antigens. So you'd be AB. So here it says you are type O, you are blood type O, and you marry a person with type AB. All right, so we have, if you're type O, your only genotype is two O's. So there's one parent, O, O. Here's the other parent, A, B. And now you're going to fill in your Punnett square. A-O, A-O, B-O, Bo. Okay, I need to stop. B-O. All right, so then the next one is to type in the genotypic ratios, right? So genotypic means the letters. So for AO, how many squares are AO? You'd be like 2 out of 4. And how many are BO? And you would say 2 out of 4. Okay, so there's your genotypic ratio. Now they want your phenotypic. Well, if you're AO, what's your blood type? Type A equals 2 out of 4. If you're BO, what's your blood type? Type B, 2 out of 4. All right, moving on. Okay. In the 1950s, a young woman sued film star director Charlie Chaplin for parental support for her illegitimate child. Charlie Chaplin's blood type was taken on record as type AB. The mother of the child had type AO, and her son had type O. So the mother, her blood type is AO, and Charlie's blood type is AB. So let's make a Punnett square between Charlie Chaplin and the mother. So here's Charlie, AB. Here's the mother, AO. And now we're going to fill in this Punnett square. AA, AB, AO, sorry, I had a brain fart there. And then this last square is BO. Okay, so the judge ruled in favor of the mother and ordered Charlie Chaplin to pay child support costs of the child. Was the judge correct in his decision based on the blood type and evidence? Well, what's the blood type of the son? Well, the son had type O. What's the genotype for blood O? Type O blood. O. Now, a Punnett square shows you the probability of like all the predicted outcomes, and nowhere in this Punnett square do we see type O blood. So you tell me. All right, the last one is suppose a newborn baby was accidentally mixed up in the hospital, which did happen, it has happened. In an effort to determine the parents of the baby, the blood types of the baby, and the two sets of parents were determined. Baby 1 had type O blood. Mrs. Brown had type BO. Mr. Brown had type AB. Mrs. Smith had type BO, and Mr. Smith had type BO. So let's do the Browns first, okay? So I'm going to use this Punnett square for the Browns. Mrs. Brown was BO. Mr. Brown was AB. Okay, so I'm going to fill in this Punnett square. So AB, here's BB, here's AO, and here's BO. And now we'll do the Smiths over here. Okay, my B got away from me. BO for Mrs. Smith, and Mr. Smith was also BO. So now we're going to fill in this Punnett square. First square is big B, big B. Over here we got the big B, little O. Here we have another bow. And here we got an O. Double O. 7. No, okay. The baby had type O blood. Who are the parents of baby 1? So just looking at your Punnett square, find the Punnett square that has type O blood, and you'll have your answer. All right, the final Punnett square, I hope you read carefully. Petal color in roses is an example of incomplete dominance. Remember what it means to be incomplete dominance. That means you have a dominant trait, right? I mean, like you have one color, we'll just say, in this case, red, and you have another color, white. Okay, so like red is the dominant allele, and white is the recessive allele. But when you put them together, the phenotype doesn't match any of the parents. Okay, it's like a mixture of the two. So if I have a homozygous red snapdragon crossed with a homozygous white snapdragon, I'm going to end up with some pink flowers. Okay, red mixed with white is pink. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a Punnett square for big R, little r, for both of the parents, and then you're going to fill in the Punnett square, and you're going to give me the genotypic. Genotypic means letters, right? I want the letters. Give me the ratio for those letters. And then phenotypic means what do they look like? How many are going to be red? How many are going to be pink? How many are going to be white? And that's how you do the last one. All right, that's all I got.